So today on Big Hig Projects, I had a big scare. My boy comes to me and says, "Dad, there's a bunch of brown stuff over in the garage." And I'm like, "Oh, it's no big deal. Snow melted off the plow, it got dirty, whatever." Wrote it off. And then I got thinking, frick, what is that? I better go check that. So I stick my finger in it, and sure enough, it's oil. And I had to wait a little bit to make this video because I was ticked. This wheeler was my dad's. He passed away like, what, 7, 8 years ago, something like that. So never gonna get rid of it. Got too much sentimental value, but I didn't want to have to replace the engine either. So anyway, did some research on the webs. And thankfully, some guy talked about, I think they called it the shift shaft seal, if I remember right. But if you look here, this is the shift shaft. There's nothing hooked to it, of course. This is button shift, so electric shift, I guess. But if you look, get looking close, I'll see if I can get this down there. But I can pull that seal out with the freak. Oh, that almost looks like fire down there. Anyway, it's not. You can just pull this out. Look at that. That loose of a seal is gonna cause an oil leak. This is the seal after I cleaned it off. See, there's a little bit of wear on there. So, I mean, it could probably be reused, but I got another one on the way because I don't want to stick the old one back in there. But I'm gonna take this now and see if we can't clean up with kind of inside of there. See if we can kind of get in that. Yeah, we're getting some. Man, this might be a two-hand job. Get back in there where I can't see it all because I don't have the light. Might as well clean this up just a little bit. If I can actually reach down there by that post, that's a little better. So yeah, we're getting there. All right, so I dropped the rest of the oil finally. Took out the filter. And now I'm off to the store to go grab a new filter. And we'll get this thing finished up once we get that new seal put in, and which I also have that. So, well, we had most of our snow melt away. Unless your house is north facing, then that sucks, I guess. So yeah, I'll just head on down to the store, grab this filter in my messy truck, and move on with life. See if we can't get this done, because I got 2 other projects I gotta get going on that wheeler, which one was the alignment, and another I noticed the carburetor had gas leaking on it, so better figure out what that is so I don't start on fire one of these days. Well, I got the last one. Good old AutoZone. Blinding snow! I know it's raining and snowing outside, but my truck's all dirty on the side, so I guess we'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone while I'm down here. Green lighted. All right, well, I'm back from the store. Got my filter here, and we're gonna get going on this little project. Also came with a little O-ring, so I'll take care of that while I'm there. All right, here we go on the filter. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. Just gonna go ahead and get it wiped out just a little bit. So, I got my little doohickey thing pick here, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and take out this little O-ring right there. See if I can do this as a lefty. Probably not. Okay. Right-handed is. And poke myself. I'll do that too. That'll be fun. Oh my gosh. Alrighty. Wow. I think that was time. I mean, sure, I poked a hole in it, or I poked it in half. Maybe it was okay. Oops. But that's okay, because I picked up this doohickey thing. Picked me up some O-rings, so grab one of those and we'll get going here. Looks good. So we'll get this one out. I don't know why I didn't even... I'm making a mess again. Get some damage control down there. If I can pick that out. There we go. Here's the old one. Here, let's just... Might as well dump out that little teeny bit of bad or oil. Lift that up some. I'm sure real mechanics are just looking at me and be thinking, this guy. Oh well. What do you do? Oh, what's that? Oh, just a little piece of something. So try and kind of clean this out as much as I can. All right, snap that right back on there. Made in China. The old one said in big letters, this side against the spring. So that looks right to me. That'll just fit right in there like that. The spring is still in there, which is good. They're good, but not too crazy. Perfect. Yep. All right. Well, now the fun begins for real. I got to get this plug back in. I left this thing dripping for 3 days, so there's probably not a speck of oil left in there. Gotta get that wiped up a little bit. Alrighty. One day I'll get this swept up too. As soon as I get this part done, we're gonna see if we can get this cleaned up. Let's make sure there's nothing on that. So we'll go ahead and get this started. You're wondering what I do for my day job. Guess what? It's not a mechanic. Surprise. Sure you guessed that. Actually, I'm a software engineer, so I'm loosening. Am I loosening that? I am loosening that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, I don't want to get too crazy on this. Just enough torque to make sure it's in. There's a spec, and I do have a torque wrench, but That'll be good. Anyway, here's the new seal that I got. Kind of pushed into place just to, man, I must have caught that pretty dang close. All right, now we got to find ourselves a socket or something to evenly, Jesus, I'm just gonna push in with my fingers? That'd be weird. Anyway, I'll grab a socket or something and see if we can't get that in nice. All right, the seal is finally in. Let's just, never mind how it got in there, but it's nice and flush. Actually, I just kind of used the flat edge of that, made sure it was in everywhere. I know you should do it all at the same time with like a socket or something over there, but I didn't really want to have to take all that off at the moment, so I think it's in there pretty good. We will continue with the oil fill. All right, I did pick up some engine degreaser. Trying to get just clearing this off a little bit more. Sprayed some on the other day. Might as well, right? Just kind of wipe her up just a little bit more. Just got to finish up this project by getting the oil put back in. Don't really want to ruin my four-wheeler. So I looked it up. I wonder where that came from. Honda takes, this is a 2002, look at that. It's bone dry. It's a 2002 Honda Foreman 450. And of course, I find a funnel with the tiniest. Now, let's make sure, I don't really want to have any dust in there or anything. Wipe that up a little bit. All right. So I buy nothing but Honda. I'm just kidding. I got some O'Reilly. Cheap stuff. Ooh, I like that big nozzle on this, but it's probably not going to do me any good. Yeah, that's going to take a while. All right, well, time to take a ride on this guy, let that oil get slushed around a little bit. Don't need to go too crazy tight on that, but let's go for a little ride. Ugh. This is risky holding my phone over this thing, but don't overfill it. I might have used that big long tube. See you guy down there. Anyway, had to remove a bunch of oil because of course I filled it and it was so up full on the dipstick it was hitting the end of that flat spot. So now we got it just about to where it's just a little overfilled, which that'll be okay. I just didn't want it to be so overfilled it caused any kind of problem. So anyway, that pretty much buttons up this seal job and oil change, I guess we could call it, but got the new filter, new seal, oil changed, giant mess. Thank you for tagging along with me on this episode of Big Hig Projects. If you feel like seeing more projects on my four-wheeler and others as they come along, go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you then. See you next time.